Welcome to the Bard's Corner. Here I tell some great stories, whether it be creepypastas or first-hand encounters with cryptids. So sit back and enjoy. Remember to leave a like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Let's get into it. I traveled here from the year 2052. Time travel has only recently been discovered, but there are caveats. Lots of expensive machines are involved. A huge complex had to be built in the Swiss Alps. You can only travel backwards, and it is a one-way trip. So why would I leave behind everything and everyone I know just to travel back to 2022? Well, a great war breaks out in 2032, lasting until 2035. Most modern nations do not survive. New nations are formed from the remnants of the old world order. Poverty and hunger are widespread. Life is suffering for the vast majority of humanity, while the ultra-rich live in opulent wealth that would make Caligula look like a mild-mannered peasant. But that is not why I'm here. No, the reason I'm here is that around this year, people with psychic abilities are starting to be born. Though their powers will not begin to manifest for a couple of years at least, the people ruling the world after the war will experiment on these children. They did inhumane things, but none of us really mattered to them. One of these children, his power was beyond any like the others. They call him the Astrolomancer. Nothing could stop him when he begins his rebellion against the ruling class. Waves of soldiers, monsters, and machines were sent to deal with him. They're all either switched sides or were annihilated. After 6 months, he took over the nation, and it only took another 4 to dominate the rest of the world. The first literal ruler of the entire world in history. People were lifted out of poverty, wealth, and redistributed. And world hunger was ended. No doubt the quality of life greatly improved, but no dissent or questioning of the regime was allowed. Any form of treason was a guaranteed death sentence. I joined the rebellion against the regime. We lost hundreds of thousands of rebels in just a span of 2 weeks. This man, when he invades your mind, it is the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced. Our entire rebellion did not last more than a month. We realized we could not overthrow the regime. So, we made our final stance in the Alps. We stormed the facility used for time travel, and I was sent back to 2022 to take out the Astrolomancer as a child, making sure the regime never comes about. My fellow rebels gave their life for this opportunity. I am the last person able to stop the regime. But something followed me. A bipedal monster standing 7 feet tall with a shiny black chitin exoskeleton, needle-like teeth, and dagger-like claws called a Reaper. They were biologically engineered by the rich elite, ironically, to put down the Astrolomancer, but now they do his bidding. I ended up in some factory, lights flickering before the bulbs exploded. Mere seconds later, I heard the horrible cry of the Reaper. It was close. It was outside. I carefully and quietly made my way through the back entrance. Reapers can't see, but they have an unrivaled sense of smell and hearing. Standing outside, I saw something I only know from history books, the Statue of Liberty. I hear a loud beeping sound and see the truck backing up towards the factory. The Reaper noticed too. I saw the driver get out of the truck and look away. As I heard the Reaper run towards the man, I heard his screams of utter shock and disbelief, which were soon followed by the sound of a dying man. The tearing of his flesh and the breaking of bones, it only lasted for about a minute, but that was all the time I needed to try and make my escape. Unfortunately, I heard the loud cry of the Reaper and saw him charging at me. I had my gun, of course, but bullets are no use against a Reaper. All sound around me seemed to fade. All I heard was the Reaper's footsteps. I had a gun, of course, but bullets are no use against a Reaper. All sound around me seemed to fade. All I heard was the rapid footsteps of the Reaper and the sound of water behind me. Time slowed down for me. My life will end here. No one will know who I am or why I'm here, and I will have failed my mission. I thought to myself. Suddenly it hit me. Water. Reapers aren't built for water, which is a lot rarer in my time. I braced myself and it was coming ever closer. I focused. All it took was a single mistake and it would be over. The Reaper was a mere inches away, its arms outstretched, getting ready to dig its claws into me and tear me apart. At the last second I stepped sideways, and the Reaper, unable to stop his sprint in time, dashed ahead through the fence behind me and straight into the river. Terrible screeches echoed throughout the otherwise silent night. It was desperately trying to keep its head above water. However, slowly but surely it disappeared beneath the water. The reaper was still flailing and struggling in the river, causing violent movements of the water, until it became as calm as if nothing at all had happened here tonight. Besides my gun, all I had with me was about $10,000 US. With that money, I managed to rent a room from a lovely woman named Mary. Her eyes were mesmerizing, brown and warm, like what I assumed chocolate to be like. I do hope she leaves New York before the war starts. To blend in, I got a job as a security guard for an industrial complex. Now, while the Reaper may be dead, I have no idea how to go about finding the Astromancer. So, any suggestions? Thanks for listening to the Bard's Corner. If you have any first-hand encounters with cryptids or aliens, feel free to send me an email with your encounter. Email down in the description. Also, leave a comment and tell me how you found this channel. And please leave any constructive criticism in the comments so that I can improve the quality of these videos. Thanks again for visiting the Bard's Corner.